We weren't expecting this at all. We suddenly got way more orders than normal. And we'll show you exactly what happened later in the video. Welcome back to D&D Mushrooms. This is a weekly series where we will show you what it takes to build a small mushroom farm from scratch. Today is Wednesday. It's the first day of the week that me and Driss are together, so today we'll get a lot of things done. Lately, we've been thinking a lot about what the next step should be.
This setup might not be enough anymore. So we've been seriously thinking about adding a 40-foot container right here.
It's not just an idea anymore, but we're actually looking into it.
But for now, we're still here and there's a lot of work to do. So let's get started. So, about those orders. We were featured in a newspaper again this week. This time it was a much bigger article. This wasn't our first time, but the previous articles didn't have a lot of impact. People did recognize it, but it didn't lead to any more sales. This time, it's very different. This article reached a lot of people and we actually got quite a lot of online orders because of it.
So today, we need to prepare all those orders. One downside is that we can't ship the fresh mushrooms. Those are only available locally. But for people further away, we do offer these powders and tinctures because these can be easily shipped. And besides the powders, we also have a lot of orders for our beloved tinctures.
The orders for the tinctures are no problem at all. We clearly have enough of it.
So that's what we're going to focus on now. Getting everything packed and ready to send out.
David has all the online orders on his phone and he carefully packs each one based on what the customer ordered. Some people ordered only powder, others went for tinctures, and most people got both. Meanwhile, I make sure every package is labeled correctly with the right address before it goes out.
While we were preparing the orders, our exhaust fan suddenly stopped working. This is a massive problem for us because we don't have a spare one yet. We opened it up and we saw that there was a lot of spores accumulated on the fan itself. It's really hard, so we will try to get most of it out and see if we can make it work again. There's always something that goes wrong. That's just part of doing this. Alright, we reassembled the fan, so now the moment of truth. Let's see if it works again and we can continue producing mushrooms. Alright, it's spinning up, everything looks good.
Luckily we were able to fix it. I was very nervous about it because if the CO2 builds up inside the tent, our whole cycle gets wrecked. Now it's a matter of placing it back to the place where it belongs.
Now we will put the ducting on the exhaust and everything will be back to old. We use a piece of cardboard to connect the ducting to the fan itself. Now everything is running smoothly again. The exhaust fan is back on and the grow tent is fully dialed in.
We also take a bit of extra time with every order to make it more personal. For each package we include a handwritten card with a short message. It's a small detail, but it matters to us.
So we are on our way to the postal office to ship out our orders. And we're already looking ahead to Friday, because Friday we will have a new farmers market again and we're expecting a whole new wave of people. The orders are shipped. It's going to be a busy few days and we're going to take you along for all of it. So while we were shipping out the orders, unfortunately we got caught by the law. We have to pay a fee, but it's all part of the business. Dries doesn't want to appear on camera because he's pretty pissed about it. It's Friday today and we've got a full day ahead of us. We're starting off at the farmers market. We also have a bunch of tasks to do at the farm. And later this afternoon, around 3 p.m, we've got a meeting with a potential buyer.
So we're done harvesting. Now David is going to the farmer's market while I'll be doing the tasks in the farm. Good luck, man.
Thanks, bro.
Doing the farmers market together is just way more fun and time goes by much faster. But today is so packed that we have to split up, so we get there for our meeting at 3 p.m. today. As you see, I started by throwing away the used substrate bags. Since they left some dirt on the floor, I decided to mop first so I could continue working in a clean space. The bags we harvested earlier go back into the grow room for a second flush. If there are any leftover mushrooms, I remove them first, then seal the cut with tape to keep the air out. And make a new cut so a fresh mushroom can grow. Here in the lab, this is our flow hood. I move it aside first, so I can clean the table properly. I start with warm water and some dish soap, just to get everything clean. Then I finish with 70% isopropyl alcohol. I also noticed the water in our pasteurizer was getting a bit dirty. Luckily, we can go outside and drain it there. This is demineralized water. We don't change it every time like we did in the beginning. It's not necessary, but when it gets dirty, it obviously has to be done. I'm taking a quick drink break right now. I'm wondering how things are going for David at the market. I hope he is doing well.
Alright, it's time for a little update. I've been standing here for 1 hour. It's pretty busy, as you can see, despite the bad weather. Let's see what the day will bring.
Back in the farm, it's time for me to make the substrate bags. We use a master's mix. That's a combination of hardwood pellets and soybean hull pellets. We're still experimenting. Right now, we're using a ratio of 60% hardwood and 40% soybean hulls with 60% moisture. Now it's time for me to check into the incubation tents, and all the bags that are ready have to go into the grow room. You can tell a bag is ready when it turns completely white. That means it's fully colonized. Look, these bags are smaller because we will try to sell these as fruiting bags for people at home. So these bags are a bit smaller because this is 5 kilos, it's just overkill. They are probably easier to fit into a box. We still have to look for a box, we still have to look for what we will put around, what instructions, the design. But first we'll have a try to see if it works. So we'll give this to a friend who will fruit it at home. He will spray it 2 times a day, and then he'll let us know how it went so that we can possibly sell these to the clients also. Obviously they can't just go into the grow room like that, we have to prep them. So first we cut the top off. Then we have access to the top of the bag, and it's possible that you see some pinning there. We try to take those out as much as possible because that's energy that's going to waste. We don't want it to fruit there, we want it to fruit where we will place our cut. So I'll make a cut, I'll remove the pins, fold it very tightly so that most of the air is out of the bag, and then it will go straight into the grow room for 10 to 14 days. So here you have it, there's a bit of mycelium lines been growing. This will be thrown out. We don't tape the bags anymore, we just turn it around. It works fine like this. It saves time, it saves a bit of money. That's something we changed as well. So I'm finishing up cleaning the humidifier. It's almost 12:30, so David should be here any time. And I'm so excited to hear how his day went. There he is. Welcome back home.
Thanks. It went well, we sold out, we sold tinctures, fresh trays, also a powder. It was a success. In a bit, the owner of a catering business is stopping by because he is interested in our mushrooms. However, it's a bit a race against the clock now because we still have to inoculate bags and clean everything up before he visits us. Alright, it's 3 o'clock, we just made it in time and our customer is waiting at the entrance.
We also thought it would be nice to have a little setup here at the table. We have some lion's mane already sliced, so if he wants he can try it out right away. And we also have something for him to take away, so just half a kilo of lion's mane. And also the powders, maybe he can cook with that, who knows. This is our umami mix and we have the brochures ready.
So, quick update. What started as a pretty normal Friday turned into something that we really didn't see coming.
We were expecting a simple meeting, just someone from a catering business who wanted to check out our mushrooms and maybe buy a few kilos. But instead we ended up sitting down with Kurt de Koning, a world champion in barbecue here in Belgium, author of multiple books and someone who's deeply connected in the culinary world.
And that completely changed the direction of the conversation. He didn't just come to buy mushrooms, he saw potential. He invited us to present our product at Hotelschool Ter Deune in Kokzijde, one of the biggest hospitality schools in the country.
And that's where it really clicked for us. Those students are the next generation of chefs. And if they remember us, even years from now, that's where things really can start to compound. The demo is planned for May, so that's something big we are working towards now.
So yeah, what we thought would be a small meeting might actually turn into something much bigger.
Now, fast forward a bit, that was Friday. Yesterday, on Saturday, we actually did an extra farmers market. That one wasn't really planned, but we found out there was another event happening nearby. So we figured out it would be busy and decided just to go for it. And to be fair, it was busy. There was a lot of foot traffic, but in terms of sale, it wasn't anything special.
Today is a bit more of a slower day. We've got some practical stuff to take care of, like getting rid of our used substrate. We load everything into our trailer and then we bring it to our local farmer. And after that, we're finishing up some small things in our farm.
And then the farmer from the land came up and started talking to us.
So we just had a conversation with the farmer of this piece of land. He told us that he might have a big spot available for us to continue our production. As you already know, we are considering expanding our current farm by adding a new container for the grow room. However, we might be thinking too small, so now we are considering all our other options. While a grow space is very nice and also a good small to mid-term solution, having a dedicated big area to suit our needs and change however we want will be a way better solution for the long term. We don't want to get too ahead of ourselves, so this is just a possibility that we are considering, but stay tuned to watch how our business evolves. Because next week we'll take you with us to this new location.
All in all, it's been a really busy week. We shipped a lot of online orders this week. We thought about future plans of expanding, and somehow we ended up connecting with a top name in the culinary world. And before we even knew it, we were talking about changing our whole grow facility to somewhere else.
Thanks a lot for watching and we'll see you on the next one.